Welcome back to the channel, where ordinary-looking coins reveal extraordinary secrets. Today, we're diving into a fascinating story that proves hidden fortune can exist in the smallest places. A single US dime. A coin you may have held, spent, or ignored could carry history, mystery, and shocking value. From powerful American symbolism to rare minting secrets that ignite collectors' dreams, this is not just about money, it's about discovery. So stay with me, because what looks like spare change might just change the way you see coins forever. Let's get started. First up in the 1979, Roosevelt Dime stands as a fascinating example of how something small and ordinary can sometimes hold extraordinary potential. At first glance, it appears to be just another 10-cent coin, passed casually from hand to hand. But to collectors and treasure hunters, this dime represents a deeper story, one tied to American legacy, symbolism, and the thrilling possibility that a simple coin could be worth far more than anyone ever imagined. The obverse of the 1979 dime features the strong left-facing portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. His image is accompanied by the powerful inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," words that embody the very foundation of American ideals. Roosevelt's presence on the dime is not accidental. It reflects resilience, leadership, and the enduring spirit of a nation that rose through hardship. Every detail of his portrait was designed to convey dignity and strength, making the coin historically meaningful even before considering its potential value. Turning the coin over reveals a design rich in symbolism rather than a simple image. At the center stands a blazing torch, representing liberty and enlightenment, flanked by an olive branch symbolizing peace and an oak branch symbolizing strength and victory. Above and around these elements is the timeless motto, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, a phrase that captures the essence of unity in the United States. Encircling the design are the words United States of America and the denomination $1, grounding this symbolic artwork in its role as official American currency. Many people mistakenly associate coins like the 1979 dime with the famous U.S. bicentennial era, a time when America celebrated 200 years of independence. While true bicentennial coins were officially issued in 1975 and 1976, the fascination with that era has caused later coins like the 1979 dime to gain attention and mystery. In the world of coin collecting, perception and storytelling can sometimes elevate interest, just as much as official classification. This ongoing confusion has only fueled curiosity and demand among new collectors. Now comes the question everyone wants answered. Can a 1979 Roosevelt dime really be worth a fortune? In normal circulated condition, the answer is no. It is usually worth face value. However, the coin world operates on rarity, not age alone. When a 1979 dime appears with extraordinary features such as minting errors, double strikes, off-center designs, missing details, or exceptionally high mint state preservation, its value can increase dramatically. In rare circumstances, such coins have reached astonishing prices because collectors compete fiercely for perfection and uniqueness. Mint errors are where imagination meets reality. A tiny mistake at the Denver Mint could turn a common dime into a legendary collectible. Coins struck on the wrong metal, with doubled lettering, or with misaligned designs are highly prized because they were never meant to exist. These errors slipped through quality control and survived decades unnoticed, making them rare survivors of industrial imperfection. To collectors, these mistakes are masterpieces, and the right error coin can command thousands, or far more, depending on its rarity and condition. Condition is just as important as error. A 1979 dime preserved in near-perfect, uncirculated condition, with full detail and original luster, becomes dramatically more desirable. Coins graded at extremely high levels are incredibly scarce because most were used in daily commerce. Time, wear, and handling destroy perfection, so the few that remain untouched become elite. These pristine examples are the ones that excite auction rooms and ignite bidding wars among serious collectors. Stories of ordinary people discovering valuable coins in jars, drawers, or inherited collections are not myths. They are part of numismatic history. While not every discovery leads to instant wealth, some do change lives. That possibility is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. The idea that a small piece of metal could hold unimaginable worth keeps collectors searching, examining, and learning. Knowledge, patience, and careful observation are the true tools of fortune in this hobby. It is important to approach these coins with realism rather than fantasy. Not every 1979 D-dime is worth millions, and exaggerated claims can mislead beginners. True value comes from verified rarity, professional grading, and documented characteristics. Still, dismissing old coins without checking them carefully is a mistake many people regret. What seems ordinary today could be tomorrow's prized treasure. In the end, the 1979 Roosevelt dime is more than spare change. It is a reminder that history, symbolism, and rarity can transform the smallest objects into powerful assets. If you own old U.S. coins, especially Roosevelt dimes, never rush to spend them. Examine them, study them, and understand them. Because sometimes, hidden in plain sight, lies a coin that carries not just 10 cents of value, but the potential to change your fortune forever. That the emotional connection people have with American coins plays a powerful role in their perceived value. Coins like the 1979 Roosevelt dime are tangible links to the past, objects that have passed through countless hands during moments both ordinary and historic. Every scratch, every untouched surface, tells a silent story of where the coin has been. For collectors, owning such a piece is not just about profit. It is about holding a fragment of national memory. This emotional weight often fuels fierce demand, especially when a coin represents leadership, unity, and survival during defining moments in American history. Another factor that elevates certain coins into legendary status is scarcity combined with timing. As more people become aware of rare mint errors and high-grade coins, the supply of undiscovered examples shrinks rapidly. What was once overlooked becomes hunted. As collectors search bankrolls, estate collections, and old jars, the remaining untouched coins grow fewer each year. This slow disappearance from circulation quietly increases pressure on the market, making verified rare examples more desirable and pushing their prices upward as competition intensifies. The psychology of coin collecting cannot be ignored. The thrill of discovery, the idea that something extraordinary could be hiding in plain sight, keeps collectors engaged for decades. The 1979 D-dime represents this excitement perfectly. It is common enough to be accessible, yet mysterious enough to spark hope. This balance is what draws new collectors into the hobby and keeps seasoned experts searching. Even experienced numismatists admit that the possibility of finding an exceptional coin still fuels their passion, proving that value is as much about human curiosity as it is about metal and mint marks. Ultimately, coins like the 1979 Roosevelt dime remind us that wealth does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it whispers from the smallest places. A forgotten coin in a drawer, a neglected roll in a bank, or a dusty collection inherited from the past could hold far more than its face value suggests. While not every discovery leads to fortune, the potential alone is enough to inspire learning, patience, and respect for history. And in that pursuit, even the search itself becomes priceless. Next up to in the 1970 United States, one dime instantly captures attention the moment it is held in hand. Not because of flashy size, but because of the powerful history and symbolism compressed into its small silver-colored surface. On the obverse, Franklin D. Roosevelt faces left, a solemn and determined expression reflecting the leadership that guided America through the Great Depression and World War II. The bold inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" frame the portrait with patriotic strength, reminding collectors that this coin was struck during a time when American ideals, resilience, and national identity were deeply valued. Although Roosevelt passed away in 1945, his presence on the dime decades later symbolizes continuity, stability, and respect for enduring leadership. What truly fuels excitement around the 1970 dime is the belief that certain rare examples may carry extraordinary value, sometimes whispered about in collector circles as life-changing finds. While millions of these dimes were produced, not all were created equal. Subtle differences in strike quality, mint origin, metal composition, and minting errors can transform an ordinary 10-cent coin into a highly desirable collector's treasure. This is where imagination meets reality, and where knowledge becomes power for anyone searching through old collections, inherited coin jars, or forgotten bank rolls. Turning the coin over reveals an eagle with wings spread wide, standing proudly atop a bundle of arrows, symbolizing military strength and national defense, while an olive wreath beneath the eagle represents peace and unity. The reverse design powerfully balances force and diplomacy, an intentional artistic message that resonates strongly even today. Surrounding this central imagery are the inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and one dime, a declaration that many states form one nation bound together under shared values. Every detail was carefully chosen to tell a story larger than the coin itself. Despite widespread claims online, it is important to understand that 1970 dimes are not officially bicentennial coins, as true bicentennial U.S. coinage was issued in 1975 to 1976 to celebrate America's 200th anniversary. However, the 1970 dime still holds a special place in numismatic history because it sits at the crossroads between older silver coin traditions and the modern coinage era. This transitional significance alone makes certain examples extremely desirable to serious collectors who value historical context as much as rarity. Some 1970 dimes were struck with exceptional sharpness, mirror-like surfaces, or unusual mint errors such as doubled lettering, off-center strikes, or weakly impressed design elements. These anomalies, invisible to the untrained eye, can dramatically elevate a coin's value. A flawless proof strike or a rare error dime preserved in pristine condition can command prices far beyond face value, sometimes reaching thousands of dollars, not because of hype, but because of genuine collector demand and limited supply. The idea that a single dime could be worth millions fuels excitement, curiosity, and hope. And while such values are extremely rare and often exaggerated, the truth is still thrilling. Certain U.S. coins have sold for extraordinary sums due to unique circumstances, minting mistakes, or historical importance. The key difference between fantasy and fortune is education. Collectors who understand grading standards, mint marks, metal composition, and market trends are the ones who uncover real value where others see spare change. What makes coins like the 1970 dime so captivating is the possibility hidden within the ordinary. Millions of people handle coins every day without realizing that one unusual detail could change everything. A missing mint mark, an unexpected silver composition, or a rare die variety can turn a simple coin into a headline-making discovery. This is why experts always advise: never spend old coins blindly, especially those from transitional years or with unusual features. The global fascination with rare U.S. coins continues to grow because they represent more than money. They represent opportunity, history, and legacy. Collectors around the world compete fiercely for exceptional examples, driving prices upward and increasing demand for authenticated, well-preserved pieces. As interest grows, so does the importance of professional evaluation, because only verified rarity holds lasting value in the marketplace. For anyone watching this video, the message is clear and powerful. Knowledge is your greatest asset. If you own old U.S. coins, especially dimes from the 1960s and 1970s, take the time to examine them closely. Learn the story behind them, understand what makes them special, and never underestimate what might be hiding in plain sight. Coins like the 1970 Roosevelt Dime remind us that history, art, and potential fortune can exist in the smallest places. In the end, rare coin collecting is not just about becoming rich. It's about discovery, patience, and respect for the past. While not every coin will make you a billionaire, the thrill of the hunt and the chance of uncovering something extraordinary keep collectors searching. So before you dismiss that old dime in your drawer, remember this: today's spare change could be tomorrow's treasure, and the next great discovery might already be in your hands. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1970 Roosevelt dime is how its value can depend on factors invisible at first glance. Coin grading plays a decisive role in determining worth, as even the slightest can dramatically affect desirability. A dime that has never circulated, retaining sharp details on Roosevelt's hair, clear lettering in Liberty, and a crisp strike on the eagle's wings, can stand worlds apart from one that has passed through countless hands. Collectors chase perfection relentlessly, and coins preserved in near-mint or proof-like condition often ignite intense bidding wars when they surface at auctions. Another layer of intrigue comes from mint marks and production variations. Coins struck at different U.S. mints often display subtle differences in quality, texture, and strike strength. Some mints were known for sharper details, while others produced coins with softer impressions that today are considered rare anomalies. Occasionally, a small mistake, like a weak strike, die crack, or doubled inscription, can elevate a dime from ordinary to extraordinary. These errors are not flaws to collectors. They are fingerprints of history, proof that even the most advanced minting systems are not immune to imperfection. The emotional power of rare coin collecting cannot be overstated. For many collectors, holding a 1970 dime is like holding a time capsule from a pivotal era in American history. It represents the end of the silver coinage tradition, the rise of modern minting techniques, and a nation navigating political change, economic challenges, and cultural transformation. Coins become storytellers, silently passing down memories of the era in which they were created. This emotional connection often drives demand just as strongly as rarity itself. As stories circulate about astonishing discoveries found in old drawers, inherited collections, and forgotten jars, public interest continues to surge. While not every story ends in sudden wealth, many do end in surprising revelations. People often underestimate how valuable knowledge can be. Those who learn how to properly identify, store, and authenticate coins give themselves an advantage others never realize. A single professional appraisal can turn uncertainty into clarity, separating myth from genuine opportunity. Ultimately, the enduring appeal of the 1970 Roosevelt Dime lies in possibility. It reminds us that value is not always obvious, and that history often hides in plain sight. Whether you are a seasoned collector or someone newly curious about the coins you own, the journey begins with attention and respect for detail. Every coin has a story, but only those who take the time to listen can uncover its true worth. In the world of rare coins, patience, curiosity, and knowledge are the real keys to unlocking hidden treasure. Next up in the 1967 United States, one dime coin instantly commands attention because it belongs to one of the most unusual and misunderstood periods in American coinage history. At first glance, the coin displays the familiar and dignified portrait of Franklin Delano Roosevelt facing left, a tribute to the 32nd President of the United States whose leadership through the Great Depression and World War II reshaped the nation forever. Surrounding his portrait are the iconic inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," words that carry deep symbolic weight and reflect America's foundational values. This design alone makes the 1967 dime feel timeless, historic, and powerful, and for many collectors, it sparks the belief that such a coin could hide unimaginable wealth. What truly sets the 1967 dime apart is the era in which it was produced. This coin was struck during a time when the United States Mint made a dramatic decision to remove mint marks entirely, creating mystery, confusion, and lasting fascination among collectors. Every 1967 dime appears without a mint mark, regardless of where it was struck, which has led many people to believe they possess a rare error or secret variation. This lack of identification fuels endless speculation, especially among new collectors, and has helped elevate the 1967 dime into one of the most talked-about modern U.S. coins, often surrounded by rumors of extreme rarity and life-changing value. Turning the coin over reveals the reverse design that has become synonymous with the Roosevelt dime. A strong eagle with wings spread wide, standing firmly on a bundle of arrows, while an olive branch rests nearby. These symbols are not random decorations. They represent America's readiness to defend itself while still striving for peace. The surrounding inscriptions, United States of America and E Pluribus Unum, along with the face value 1 dime, complete a design that feels authoritative and deeply patriotic. For many viewers, this reverse side alone looks like something that should belong in a museum or a vault, not loose change. Over the years, stories have exploded across the coin-collecting world claiming that certain 1967 dimes are bicentennial rarities, worth millions, capable of turning ordinary people into overnight billionaires. These stories spread rapidly because they tap into hope, curiosity, and the thrill of hidden treasure. The idea that a small silver-colored coin sitting in a drawer could secretly be worth a fortune is irresistible. Many people hold on to these coins for decades, convinced they own something extraordinary, afraid to spend them because they believe they might be holding a key to generational wealth. However, the real story of the 1967 dime is far more nuanced and far more interesting than exaggerated headlines suggest. The year 1967 is not officially a bicentennial issue, and the dime itself was struck in large numbers for everyday circulation. Yet that does not mean the coin lacks value or significance. What truly determines worth is condition, strike quality, and the presence of extremely rare minting anomalies. Certain examples, particularly those with dramatic errors such as off-center strikes, missing layers, or unusual metal compositions, can command astonishing prices, not because they are common, but because they are almost impossible to find. Another important factor is the metal composition. By 1967, U.S. dimes were no longer made of silver, but of a copper-nickel clad structure. This transition itself marks an important moment in American economic history, reflecting rising metal costs and changing priorities. While this means most 1967 dimes are not inherently valuable for their metal content, it also makes high-grade examples and proof-like strikes exceptionally desirable. Coins that appear untouched, with sharp details, mirror-like surfaces, and no signs of wear, stand out dramatically in the collector market. What truly excites serious collectors is the possibility of rare die varieties and mint errors that slipped through quality control during this chaotic minting period. These rare mistakes transform an ordinary dime into a numismatic anomaly. Coins with doubled lettering, rotated reverses, or misaligned designs can sell for thousands, and in extreme, one-of-a-kind cases far more. These are the coins that fuel legends, inspire searches through old jars, and keep collectors endlessly hunting for the next discovery. The myth of millions overnight persists because a handful of rare U.S. coins from other years truly have sold for record-breaking sums. Those extraordinary sales blur into the public imagination, causing many to assume every old coin carries the same potential. The truth is more selective but no less thrilling. Coin collecting is a field where knowledge creates value. The more you understand about minting history, grading, and errors, the more powerful your discoveries become. A coin's worth is not just in the metal, it's in the story, rarity, and condition combined. If you own a 1967 dime, the smartest move is not panic or blind hope, but careful evaluation. Never clean the coin, never damage its surface, and never dismiss it as worthless without proper examination. Under magnification, small details can reveal huge differences. Even coins that appear ordinary may carry subtle traits that elevate them beyond face value. This process of discovery is what makes coin collecting addictive, educational, and endlessly rewarding. In the end, the 1967 Roosevelt dime stands as a symbol of mystery, history, and possibility. While most examples will never be worth millions, a rare few can change lives, and the hunt for them is what keeps collectors passionate across generations. These coins remind us that value is often hidden in plain sight, waiting for those willing to look closer. So if you have old U.S. dimes tucked away, don't rush to spend them, because knowledge, patience, and curiosity could one day turn an overlooked coin into a priceless treasure. The fascination with the 1967 Roosevelt dime also comes from the emotional connection people form with old American coins. These dimes passed through countless hands during a time of social change, economic uncertainty, and cultural transformation in the United States. Every scratch, shine, and surface mark tells a silent story of everyday life, from grocery counters to factory wages. This human connection adds a layer of value that goes beyond price tags and auction records, making collectors willing to pay premiums for coins that feel untouched by time, as if they were frozen in history. Another reason the 1967 dime continues to capture attention is the ongoing mystery surrounding undiscovered varieties. Even decades later, new era coins are still being identified, authenticated, and introduced to the collecting world. This means the door is never fully closed. Somewhere, in an old jar or inherited collection, there may still be a dime with an overlooked flaw that sets it apart from millions of others. That possibility keeps collectors searching, examining, and learning, driven by the belief that history still has secrets waiting to be revealed. The market for rare coins is also shaped heavily by psychology. When demand rises and stories of incredible finds circulate, prices can climb rapidly. Collectors are not just buying metal, they are buying excitement, prestige, and the thrill of ownership. A high-grade or era 1967 dime becomes a status piece, something that represents expertise and dedication. This is why two coins from the same year can have drastically different values, and why condition and authenticity are everything in this field. Professional grading plays a critical role in separating myth from reality. When a coin is authenticated and graded, it gains a permanent identity that the market trusts. For a 1967 dime, receiving a top-tier grade can transform it from pocket change into a serious collectible. This process doesn't create value out of nothing. It reveals value that was already there. Collectors who understand this step position themselves far ahead of casual holders who rely only on rumors and online hype. Ultimately, the story of the 1967 one-dime coin is a reminder that fortune rarely appears without knowledge. While not every coin will lead to unimaginable wealth, every coin carries the potential to teach, inspire, and connect us to history. The real treasure lies in understanding what you hold, respecting its past, and recognizing that even the smallest pieces of history can carry immense significance. And for those willing to look closely enough, the next great discovery may already be resting quietly in their collection. Next up in the idea of a 1977 bicentennial one-dime worth millions has become one of the most fascinating and emotional stories in the world of coin collecting, because it mixes real American history with powerful modern myths. To truly understand the value and mystery of a 1977 United States one-dime, we must separate legend from fact while still appreciating why so many collectors passionately search their pockets, drawers, and old collections. The Roosevelt Dime, introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, carries deep symbolic meaning connected to freedom, recovery, and national strength, which alone makes it a beloved coin among collectors worldwide. On the obverse of the 1977 Roosevelt Dime, the left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt stands as a tribute to the 32nd President of the United States, a leader who guided America through the Great Depression and World War II. The inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" are not just decorative words, they represent the core values of the nation. Roosevelt's calm yet determined expression gives the coin a sense of authority and dignity, which adds emotional value even before considering rarity or price. Millions of people unknowingly carry history in their hands when they hold this dime. The reverse design of the Roosevelt Dime is equally symbolic and often misunderstood. It features a torch in the center, representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength and victory. Many stories online confuse this design with older dime types, but the Roosevelt Dime's reverse tells a clear message: freedom protected by peace and strength. Surrounding this imagery are the words United States of America, one dime, and the powerful national motto, E pluribus unum, reinforcing unity from diversity. Now comes the most important truth that shocks many viewers. There is no official bicentennial one dime dated 1977. The official U.S. bicentennial coins were issued in 1975 to 1976 and applied only to the quarter, half dollar, and dollar, not the dime. However, this fact does not make the 1977 dime worthless. In fact, it makes genuine errors, rare mint varieties, and extraordinary condition examples far more exciting, because those are the pieces that can reach astonishing values in the collector's market. The real money in 1977 dimes lies in minting errors and ultra-high-grade condition coins. Dimes struck off-center, on the wrong metal planchet, with double dies, missing mint marks, or dramatic misalignments are extremely rare. These error coins are not everyday finds, and when authenticated, they can sell for thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. While millions is often exaggerated, some rare U.S. error coins across history have indeed sold for life-changing sums, which keeps the dream alive for collectors. Another powerful factor is condition, especially coins graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services. A normal 1977 dime in circulated condition is common, but one preserved in flawless, untouched mint state becomes a completely different story. Such coins are incredibly scarce because dimes were heavily used in daily transactions. A perfect surface, sharp strike, and original luster can transform a 10-cent coin into a prized collectible worth far more than its face value. The myth of becoming rich overnight persists because it occasionally happens, though not often. Some collectors discover rare errors in inherited collections, old bankrolls, or forgotten jars. What fuels excitement is the possibility, however small, that an ordinary-looking coin could be extraordinary. This sense of hidden treasure is what makes coin collecting addictive, emotional, and thrilling. Every dime becomes a question mark, every date a possibility. It is also important to understand that true value comes from knowledge, not hype. Coins do not become valuable just because they are old or labeled bicentennial online. They become valuable when rarity, demand, condition, and historical significance align. Serious collectors and investors rely on expert grading, careful inspection, and patience. Without authentication, bold claims of million-dollar coins remain stories, not reality. Still, the 1977 Roosevelt Dime holds undeniable appeal. It represents post-war America, enduring national ideals, and a time when everyday money carried strong symbolism. For collectors, it is not only about profit, it is about owning a piece of American identity. Even common coins can inspire pride, curiosity, and respect for history, which is why this dime continues to attract attention decades later. So if you own a 1977 United States $1 dime, do not rush to spend it without looking closely. Examine it for unusual features, striking errors, or exceptional condition. While most will be common, a tiny fraction may be special. In the world of rare coins, hope is fueled by possibility, and possibility is powered by knowledge. That is why collectors never stop searching. Because sometimes, history hides its greatest secrets in the smallest coins, that the allure of the 1977 Roosevelt dime lies in its connection to American culture and storytelling. Each dime carries the legacy of a president who led the nation through its darkest hours and inspired millions with his vision. For collectors, holding such a coin is like holding a tangible piece of history, where the words liberty and in God we trust are more than inscriptions. They are reminders of resilience, hope, and national pride. This emotional attachment often drives prices higher than pure rarity alone, making coins not just investments, but cherished keepsakes. Another fascinating aspect is how the coin ties into the broader narrative of U.S. bicentennial fever. Even though the dime itself was not officially issued as a bicentennial coin, collectors often associate any mid to late 1970s coin with the excitement of America's 200th anniversary. This association adds a layer of cultural significance, making 1977 dimes more intriguing than they would be otherwise. In coin shows, auctions, and collector circles, the story behind a coin often elevates its status, sometimes even more than its intrinsic rarity. For true investors, the 1977 dime represents potential profit if approached strategically. Savvy collectors often search bulk rolls, estate collections, or bank savings for overlooked errors or exceptional specimens. While most dimes from 1977 are common, the thrill comes from the unexpected discovery of a rare minting anomaly or a coin in near-perfect condition. These finds have historically resulted in dramatic price surges, proving that persistence and knowledge are more valuable than luck alone. Moreover, the dime's symbolism is universal, yet highly specific. The torch, olive branch, and oak leaves on the reverse are powerful icons, liberty, peace, and strength, which resonate across generations. This symbolism, combined with Roosevelt's portrait, ensures that the coin appeals not only to numismatists but also to historians, educators, and patriotic collectors. The value of the coin, therefore, is not only monetary but also educational and emotional, making it a truly multifaceted collectible. Finally, the story of the 1977 Roosevelt dime emphasizes the enduring excitement of coin collecting. From its historical roots to the thrill of hunting rare examples, the dime captures the imagination of anyone who appreciates the intersection of history, art, and wealth. Whether you are a beginner, a seasoned collector, or someone hoping to find a life-changing coin, this seemingly ordinary piece of metal carries the potential to surprise, inspire, and even transform fortunes. It is a reminder that in the world of coins, even the smallest objects can hold monumental significance, and that treasure often lies hidden in plain sight. Next up in the 1995, United States bicentennial $1 dime is not just a piece of currency. It is a tangible fragment of American history, a small but mighty symbol of the nation's enduring legacy. Featuring the distinguished portrait of Franklin P. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, facing left, this coin captures the essence of a leader who guided the nation through some of its most challenging years. Roosevelt's image, detailed with precision, reflects not only his presidential stature, but also the trust and reverence the American people held for him. The coin's design, with the inscription, "In God We Trust," prominently displayed, reminds collectors and enthusiasts alike of the values and ideals that have shaped the country for centuries. What makes this 1995 dime truly remarkable is its intricate reverse design. The coin showcases an eagle with wings spread, standing proudly on a shaft of arrows, a timeless symbol of strength and resilience. Surrounding this powerful figure is a wreath crafted from two delicate olive sprays, emphasizing peace alongside the nation's readiness to defend itself. Above this emblem, the motto E pluribus unum serves as a reminder that the United States, though diverse in its people and landscapes, stands united as one. The artistry of this coin elevates it beyond mere currency. It is a work of numismatic craftsmanship that captivates both historians and collectors. Collectors often marvel at the symbolism embedded in this coin. Just above the traditional motto, an olive branch, a torch, and an oak branch are featured, each carrying profound meaning. The olive branch represents peace, the torch symbolizes liberty and the light of knowledge, and the oak branch signifies victory and steadfast endurance. Together, these elements create a narrative that transcends time, offering a visual story of the ideals upon which America was founded. This level of symbolic depth is rare in modern coinage, making the 1995 P-Dime not only beautiful but intellectually compelling for those who study its details. The historical significance of this coin cannot be overstated. Released during the final decade of the 20th century, it commemorates America's bicentennial spirit, connecting collectors to the country's past struggles and triumphs. Unlike ordinary dimes that circulate widely, the 1995 Bicentennial coin was minted in limited quantities with careful attention to design and detail. Its scarcity, combined with the enduring popularity of Franklin D. Roosevelt as a historical figure, instantly elevated its status among coin enthusiasts. Owning one of these coins is akin to holding a miniature time capsule, a direct link to the nation's storied past. Market value is where the true fascination begins. While many modern coins are exchanged casually, the 1995 P-Dime has consistently attracted attention for its rarity and potential worth. In pristine, uncirculated condition, these dimes have been known to fetch significant sums at auctions, often surprising even seasoned collectors. The value is not merely in the metal. It lies in the historical importance, the artistic design, and the limited availability of the coin. Those who possess this coin hold not just money, but a piece of legacy that could appreciate dramatically over time. Collectors are particularly drawn to the intricate details of this dime. The lettering, United States of America, and the face value clearly inscribed, emphasizes authenticity and design precision. Each coin is struck with such clarity that even the smallest elements, from Roosevelt's facial features to the delicate olive sprays, remain crisp and distinguishable decades after minting. This meticulous attention to detail ensures that each coin is not only a collector's item, but a miniature masterpiece, capable of sparking fascination and admiration among historians, numismatists, and casual enthusiasts alike. The potential financial impact of owning such a coin is nothing short of astonishing. Rare USA bicentennial coins, including the 1995 P-Dime, have been known to generate sudden wealth for collectors who recognize their value. In some instances, coins of similar rarity and condition have sold for sums that could transform a collector's financial situation overnight. For those who stumble upon these hidden treasures in old collections or family heirlooms, the opportunity is literally life-changing. It is a reminder that history, art, and money can intersect in the most remarkable ways. Even beyond monetary value, the 1995 P-Dime carries immense cultural and emotional significance. Each coin tells a story of America's enduring principles and the leaders who shaped its destiny. Collectors often speak of the sense of pride and connection they feel holding such coins, an almost tangible link to the past that evokes admiration and awe. It is this blend of history, artistry, and emotional resonance that elevates the 1995 Bicentennial dime far above ordinary currency, making it a coveted item for anyone who appreciates the beauty and legacy of American coinage. For those interested in collecting, this coin serves as both a caution and an inspiration. Do not spend it casually, for its value could easily outpace face value exponentially. Every scratch, dent, or mark could diminish its worth, which is why careful preservation is essential. Whether stored in protective cases or displayed under ideal conditions, maintaining the coin's integrity is key to ensuring that it remains a treasure for future generations. The 1995 P-Dime is not just a coin, it is an investment in history, artistry, and potential financial growth. Finally, the allure of the 1995 United States Bicentennial 1 dime lies in its rare combination of beauty, history, and value. Few coins capture attention as effectively, offering both the intellectual pleasure of detailed symbolism and the tangible promise of financial reward. For collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike, this dime represents more than currency. It is a gateway to America's past, a testament to its ideals, and a possible key to immense wealth. If you are fortunate enough to own one, consider it not merely as a coin, but as a priceless artifact with the power to transform your appreciation of history and, potentially, your fortune. The fascination with the 1995 bicentennial dime extends beyond mere rarity. It lies in the story each coin tells about America's resilience and vision. Franklin D. Roosevelt's portrait on the obverse is more than a likeness. It is a symbol of leadership during turbulent times, a reminder of a president who led the nation through economic depression and global conflict. Every curve of his face, every line of his expression, has been meticulously engraved to capture not just physical resemblance, but the gravitas of a man who shaped modern America. This level of craftsmanship transforms a small 10-cent coin into a powerful artifact of history, allowing anyone who holds it to feel a direct connection to a pivotal era. The reverse side is equally captivating, offering layers of meaning that go far beyond aesthetics. The eagle perched on arrows, encircled by olive sprays, is a testament to the delicate balance between strength and peace. The inclusion of the olive branch, torch, and oak branch above, e pluribus unum, is a design choice that resonates deeply with collectors. These symbols are carefully chosen to communicate America's commitment to liberty, peace, and enduring victory. Owning this coin is like holding a miniature philosophical statement, a compact reminder of the ideals that have guided a nation for over 2 centuries. Numismatists often describe the 1995 dime as a hidden treasure within modern coinage. While millions of dimes were minted in the 1990s, very few have survived in perfect, uncirculated condition. Coins that retain their original luster, sharp edges, and pristine details are exceedingly rare, making them highly sought after in the collector's market. The scarcity of top-grade coins, combined with the coin's rich historical narrative and detailed design, creates a perfect storm for skyrocketing value. For those who are lucky enough to find one, it represents both a tangible connection to the past and an asset that could significantly appreciate over time. Beyond financial and historical significance, the 1995 dime also offers aesthetic pleasure. The interplay of light on its meticulously minted surfaces, the sharp contrast between the raised details and polished fields, creates a visual experience that is almost meditative. Collectors often spend hours examining every tiny feature, from Roosevelt's profile to the fine lines of the eagle's feathers, finding joy in the artistry that went into its creation. This is a coin that rewards patience, observation, and reverence for detail, offering a unique form of satisfaction that goes beyond simple ownership. Finally, the 1995 bicentennial dime serves as a powerful reminder of the potential value hidden in everyday objects. What may seem like a simple coin from 1995 can, with the right knowledge and care, become a prized collector's item worth thousands, or even millions. It encourages collectors to pay attention to the stories behind the coins, to cherish history, and to recognize the intersection of art, symbolism, and financial opportunity. In every gleaming detail, this dime captures the spirit of America, resilient, rich in history, and full of untapped potential. Those who possess it are not just holders of currency. They are custodians of legacy, guardians of beauty, and witnesses to the enduring power of rare and remarkable coins.